channel.
All right. Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we got myself and Dave with special guest, Mr. Jeff. Jeff, how's it going, man?
Doing great. How are you guys?
Doing great. Doing great today.
I'm pretty tired.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling. Yeah, no lie. Yeah, early o'clock. So.
It is early o'clock. Yeah. On this fine Thursday morning.
I could tell that it was going to be an early one for Jeff when I asked him yesterday.
Yeah.
So I guess backstory to this talk is that we love talking about all of our good stuff so much that it's like, all right, we're going to talk about our good stuff with our friends. Why don't we just record it and maybe we'll be able to snap people with a little bit of knowledge on stuff. Yeah. So it all came together super quick. And I could tell when I asked Jeff yesterday.
Yeah.
I could tell he wasn't an early bird. He's usually a very excited person whenever we're texting back and forth.
Yep.
He was like, "Hey man, you want to hop on and do a live tomorrow at 8:30?"
He's like,
I was like 9. He's like, "Yeah, I should be able to." And I was like, "How about 8:30?"
yeah.
And he's like, "Dude."
That's so funny. But yeah, so it is. The struggle is real, man. Gotta keep on hustling, dude. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna talk about Jeff, your collection habits and what you're currently collecting. We know that you're redoing your toy collection room, and maybe talk about some of your top 5 action figures in your collection. So Jeff, wants you.
To add to that real quick, the top 5 thing was thrown at Jeff's lap like late yesterday. It was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, grab your top 5 pieces," and we're gonna tell all the others what you think about them.
That's really.
I told Emily, and she was like, "Is that enough time?"
Yeah.
So I was up until 1 last night making sure that I had everything set, and I had already forgotten one thing this morning, and I'm like, "Okay, well, rough start. That's okay. That was okay, maybe." But,
Nah, dude.
So
we were all gonna do it, and then I was like, "Nah, it's too hard. I can't do it." So like, let's make Jeff do it.
Yeah.
But because like with me, it's like I love so many pieces in my collection that it could be that my top 5 is just changed probably by the hour.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
So if any of other
row.
what is that?
Get it by shelf. If you get it by shelf, it'd be soon. But I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But it's highlighted. So.
Well, we could do plenty more of these, but tell us about the new toy room, dude.
So the new toy room is a year and 3 months in the making. We moved in a year and 4 months ago, and my father-in-law was like, "Hey, all we have to do is demo, and then we'll contractors in, and okay." So imagine Fat Sweaty Jeff, shirtless with a sledgehammer, going through the east wing of our house, and just like peacefully smashing and like, "This is gonna be awesome. Everything's gonna be great." And then we get the phone call of, "Well, we can't get any contractors in there for another 3 months."
That's crazy. Yeah. Nuts.
So what did you have to actually demo? What did you smash?
So the entire left side of our house was decorated in like garish and horrible colors. Like our kitchen looked like a mustard and ketchup explosion, for example. It was yellow and red with like little dangly things tied by rope lining it was crazy. So there was a bedroom, a bathroom, another bedroom, and another bedroom. So the first bedroom was like the kids' bedroom that used to live here. So I took out all the walls, no problem. Bathroom was a shared bathroom, took out that bathroom. The last bedroom, or the second to last bedroom, was a storage room. This person was a hoarder, and like it looked like Craig's warehouse, but only in that room, which was bad.
Yeah.
So it's funny because we refer to somebody as a hoarder, but like anyone watching any of our videos looks at us like, what What?
Yeah.
Look at our backgrounds.
Hoarding
It's
plastic.
organized.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, no, this lady, like, stacks upon stacks of like Kleenex boxes, either used or not used. Anyway, so
All right, yeah.
had to clean that all up. And then in this room, it was painted black, purple, and green, and like zigzags.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So took down the walls in here, took out the closet that was in here, and then it was waiting and waiting and waiting, and
Lots of
then
waiting.
we had to get new windows, which was very expensive. It was just a lot of waiting, and finally, when it all got said and done, contractors came in, they put up the drywall, got everything set, and I immediately just jumped into, I need to get shelves, I need to get this, I need to get that. And so my father was in town due to my birthday, and he was like, let's go to Lowe's. And I was like, okay. So we went to Lowe's, and we bought all the shelving. My father-in-law and I installed the shelving while my dad drank beer and watched us, because that's what he does. And, you know, and that's where we're at. This is like 75% complete. I still have a lot of stuff to set up. I keep digging and finding stuff, and I'm like, why? So,
Do you think you're gonna get to a point to where like what you have is gonna fill it, or you're gonna have like space and like be like, I gotta get hunting?
There's gonna be overflow. It's that bad. Like, I try to stay very quiet about what I have or what I don't have. Like, you know, there's like a few things like, oh yeah, I have one of those, but like, I'm looking through all of this right now, and I'm like, where the hell did I get this? When the hell did I get this? And it's like, I have 2 plastic totes full of Marvel Legends.
Wow.
And that's just this room. Like, Lego room is something else entirely, and I don't even want to go in there. So
2 totes of Marvel Legends,
I have
and
2
you're a DC guy too, right?
I am, but I missed the boat on DC because at the time I was married to a person that did not want me buying toys.
Nah.
Oh yeah, bummer.
So now you're playing catch up with
But
DC.
I am. So like, and I love what Toddy McFarlane's doing too. So like, a couple of those figures are sneaking in, and you know, I've upgraded to a man of class and stature with Mezco and Mafex. So I'm like, hey, anything I can get for on the cheap for that, I'll throw in there too.
So I added a new DC piece to my collection last night.
Oh,
It got here last night.
okay.
You want to see it?
Yeah.
You want to see it?
Yeah.
See it.
Here we go. Hold on.
Oh, that's fire.
I got him, dudes.
You got him. You're talking about him.
I know. So I got him. Hold on, I got it set up. Weird, but I got him before I got bats because I have a few. I have a lot of representations of bats, but I don't have that much of Robin.
Yeah.
And this is like the first somewhat serious version of Robin that we got because Tim Burton didn't do him.
Right.
And I mean, I love Burt Ward and I love the '66 Batman stuff, but that's like that's like super duper corny, you know? Yeah, super duper cornball. Where this Chris O'Donnell's version of Dick Grayson was like to me when I was watching it as I was younger, that was as real as it gets, you know?
Yeah, that was
like,
cool.
This dude fucking rides motorcycles.
Yep.
I love. Yeah, DC rocks. But yeah,
that is awesome. So Jeff, what do you have any figures next to you that we can start showing and talking about for your top 5?
So, yeah, dudes, this is number 5. Mafex released the Azrael Batman, and that was one of my favorite runs of comics. Was watching the dynamic with John Paul Valley slowly losing his mind, and of course Bruce Wayne coming back and taking over the mantle. But I saw this figure, and I couldn't afford this figure. And then, Cincy Nerd, he was at a show, and I came down to see. That was the pizza day. That was the day I got pulled over by the cops for the Amber Alert.
Oh, that was a fun day. That was a fun day for you, for sure.
That was a fun day in general. We all got to hang out that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Asbats here, since he had it for a song. And I was like, here's money. I will take this. So this is probably, well, it is my favorite Batman that I have in my collection. I've got about 20 of them, so I just love the look of him. I love how articulated he is. I like that the cape is wired, and I do the photography, so like having that is really just awesome.
Oh yeah.
Plus, he looks great on the shelf.
And that's Mafex?
Yeah.
So you have a bunch of Mezco and you have that Mafex. Which one do you prefer? Like, do you have a preference?
I prefer this Azure Batman for posing and like pictures, as opposed to the Mezcos, because as great as they are miniature Hot Toys for the most part, and Hot Toys are a little fragile. The Mezco figures are a little fragile too, so I can get Asbats here in any position that I want, as opposed to the Mezco figure where like the costume's pulling and like the movability and accessibility isn't there, as opposed to this, which is die-cast and plastic, and you can do a full range of motion with the figure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
it's pretty awesome. I mean,
it's exactly what you just said about like them being miniature Hot Toys. It's that was like kind of one of my weights where it was like, am I going to go Hot Toys or am I going to go Mezco? And with Mezco, you save a little bit of shelf space, but with Hot Toys, you have a little bit more of a conversation piece. So it really just depends on the area that you have. So right now, I'm in the process of kind of redoing the shed, aka the toy room, and or the toy room, aka the shed, and I'm trying to make like a special section for the Hot Toys. Now I'm going to be super limited because if you go all in with Hot Toys, I mean, unless you're friggin' a millionaire, like that's all you're going to collect.
That is it.
So that was number 5.
It's normal for people to have 3 mortgages on a house.
Yeah,
this is number 5. This is the bottom of the ladder, as it were. So number 4 is not a toy, but it's something pop culture-y. Back when I used to do conventions, Stephen Amell was still new to the whole thing. This is from the first season of Arrow.
Oh yeah.
And so I was part of that security detail with him, and I was talking to him just because I wanted to shoot the shit with him, and he gave me this when it was all said and done. So I was like, okay. So this is a signed autograph by Stephen Amell of his first year as Green Arrow, which I loved that series up until season 3.
Yeah. I think I watched it until season 4, and then I was like, okay, I'm out. But
I'm gonna say,
really
it got a little weird.
I love the CW verse of DC stuff. Loved it, dude. Like, I think it's completely underrated what they're doing, or what they're doing and what they've done so far.
Yeah,
like they did the Crisis on Infinite Earths timeline and storyline. Like, to see that be able to go down on TV and cross over between so many different shows. I mean, it's insane. And we got to see through that. We got to see Kevin Conroy do his only live action Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
They've done a lot, and I will say that is my Barry Allen with the Flash, the CW.
Oh, gotcha.
That's my Flash.
Grant Gustin, yeah,
yep.
Yeah.
He is the Flash.
Dude nailed it.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, if with everything that DC has done live action, and like they're obviously creating their multiverse and they're tying in so many different things. Like they tied in the Flash movie with the CW Flash. Like that was also part of the CW verse where they're going in and out. But I'm ready for them to just be like, we'll just make Grant pop up in the DC movies. He's Flash, dude. He's done it.
Yes. That's what I was hoping Stephen Amell would have done, or they would have done with Stephen Amell too, because I love his version of Green Arrow. Like he killed it. So
we don't have any live action Green Arrow other than CW, right? At all?
No, I don't think so. Not that I know.
Yeah, there's nobody.
No.
There was that dude Charlie something or other that was gonna play Green Arrow in a movie that got scrapped.
Oh, yeah.
He was from Sons of Anarchy. I can't remember.
Yeah,
he was gonna be it.
Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's a cool piece though,
And
and
then
like I bet that's like the story behind that makes that a lot more special to you too.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
What you
pretty
got
much it. Like a lot of this is the story behind how I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like even
So
with that
number 3.
I'm saying even with that other one, like you got it from Cincy, so it's like when you have a piece in your collection that was once one of your friends, like it means that much more. Because I could look kind of all over here, and I guarantee there's like sprinklings from all of my friends. Like this, look. Here's a little Craig sprinkle right here.
Oh yeah.
This is
that's a banger.
Yeah, this is a cool one, man.
Avon exclusive.
Avon exclusive Extreme Dinosaurs, which I'm sucking at showing right now, but there you go. Now he's gonna sit next to me.
Yeah, I've got a couple of things. From both you and Craig behind on the legend shelf, on the turtle shelf, especially from Craig. So, and I've got those DC figures that we got from you as well, Dave, and Superman showing up either today or tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm very excited.
That's a good piece, man. That's one of my favorite suits.
Here's a Dave piece.
Yep, there you go.
That's awesome.
So that's a really
Kingdom Come Superman is my favorite Superman, and then
which one?
Kingdom Come.
Kingdom Come Superman. Yeah. With the black background on the red S, and then it's the Dark Knight in Return Superman. So
nice.
That's mostly because Batman beat the shit out of him, and it was great.
I just like how yoked they both are. Like they're both jacked. Yeah, we could go on 3.
So this was a gift from my sister. This is Spiro's carded Green Lantern. It's
what is that? 89?
Kind of something special. Yeah. This is just kind of means something special to both of us. She gave it to me last year when I was at a Lego convention, and I was like, "What's this for?" She's like, "I know you like superheroes, and I know you like Green Lantern." And I was like, "Yeah, I do have a secret Green Lantern that I don't talk about, but this is Hal Jordan at his finest, and I just love it. It's got a silly water function that doesn't make any sense for Green Lantern, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's very 1980s toys with the squirting action. It's like, what? He just made things though, but sure, okay, why not? So,
they were bath toys, dude. Anything that they could do to make something a bath toy.
Oh yeah.
So is Hal Jordan your favorite Lantern?
Unfortunately, no. Kyle Rayner is. I liked his story from the comics where like, hey, all the lanterns are dead. You'll take this ring and rebuild it.
Is that what happened?
And
is that what happens when Kyle Rayner comes in?
It was right after Parallax killed everybody, and one of the Guardians survived and made it to Earth, and literally met Kyle in a back alley.
At back alley,
and get a toy. Hey, and that's literally what happened. That's also that comic run is also where the expression "getting fridged" comes from. One of Kyle Rayner's enemies killed his girlfriend and stuck her into a fridge, and was like, "Come at me, bro." And he did.
DC gets dark.
It was gruesome back in the day.
Yeah.
They get dark.
Man,
those are cool pieces. Those superheroes from '89. Those are all really cool figures.
I mean, they just sort of modified re-release of the superpowers. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you prefer the Kenner or the Toy Biz though?
If I had to come down to it, Kenner.
Yeah.
That's what I grew up with. That's all that fun stuff. Kenner was amazing for what they did, and I didn't care about the action. I don't care about the action functions now as an adult, But as a kid, they were like the bee's knees, you know. So you had Batman and Robin beating the hell out of the Joker. You had the blue Batmobile with the battering ram, and like, come on,
bro,
look at this.
That's the one.
That's it, man.
It is. So I love superpowers, and superpowers is kind of like was a rejuvenizing thing for me in 2022 when it was like, I really don't know what I'm collecting. I don't know what I'm doing with my collection.
You went in hard.
Yeah, superpowers were that pure line that I've had a bunch of times, just like through lots and through owning the toy store and stuff, that have come in and out. But I was like, no, don't get into this line. Don't go into this line because it's not a long rabbit hole. It's a very achievable one. I agree. But I was hemming and hawing all over it. Like, all right, do I get into this line? And then Craig was going through his warehouse and he sent me a picture of like a couple vehicles, like the Lexor and the Superman's vehicle and the Hall of Justice. And that's what I started off with. Yeah. So I just started off with a banger. Like get that one out of the way and then move on. And then I immediately that same week went to Dallas Vintage Toys and did a massive trade-in, and that's how I got the Batmobile and a bunch of other figures to start it off. So, but yeah, I mean, like you could, I don't know if you could hear it, but like, like you could hear the springs, dude. It's just like that's toys like that are not like that anymore. No, anything with an action sequence is like very, very child friendly. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Can I do an honorable mention?
Of course. Please do.
That's how these things work, right?
Yeah.
So this specific brand of Lego toy or whatever, Lego Space, was how I got into Lego. My dad came home from tour, tossed me a Lego set in like 86, 87, and was like, hey, have fun. And so like, it was an old Lego Futuron set. I still have it in my Lego room. And it's just, this has stuck with me years and years. Like, toys went away. Action figures I stopped with. But, like, Lego was that always, you know, I'm at the toy aisle. I might as well take a look. And I'll spend $10 and buy a Lego set. And, like, letting that creativity just be there with you from, like, your childhood. And, like, as you get older, you know, you lose part of that. And so like as you get older, you know, you discover a love for it again, and you're, you know, building spaceships because, you know, you're a big kid at heart, and then like still releases space, but it's more like a celebration of what Lego, but what space has actually done, you know, like more realistic. But with that, it was, you know, whatever, and it's still cool to see. Just that's an honorable mention.
So I remember you telling a story, kind of being as being an adult and hanging out with your dad. Do you know what story I'm talking about? Like just off the top of your head?
Nah, which one?
All right. So yeah, so I'll share your memories for you, bud.
Thanks, man.
So I forget what the circumstances were, but you were out somewhere, and I feel like it had something to do with some sort of training that was going on. You guys were visiting, and he was asking you. Yeah. You want to go?
All right, so this is the story that immediately comes to mind because my dad pulled a Ron Swanson. We're at the Lego store, right? Guy walks up to us and is like, is there anything else? Is there anything that I can help you with? My dad looks the motherfucker straight in the eye and says, my son knows more than you. Go away. And just like, okay.
And you had asked him, like, how do you feel? Like, I forget how old you were at the time when you had asked him that question, but how do you feel taking your adult son to like Toys R Us or wherever it was to buy Legos? And he was just like happy that it wasn't fucking heroin, you know?
Right.
Oh yeah, that was one of the many trips to Las Vegas to go to Toys R Us and like to go to Bass Pro Shops. So like it was kind of a secret thing between me and my dad. We'd always be like, "Yeah, Mom, we're gonna go watch a movie or something," and like the first thing we'd go to Cabela's and like Bass Pro Shops, and we'd look around and buy fishing gear and stuff like that. That's the thing that I don't talk about much. I love fishing.
Awesome.
So that comes from him as well. Yeah, bass fishing is my favorite thing to do. Anyway, well, second favorite thing, regardless. And so we'd always go there, and then we go to Toys R Us. And
Jeff, what's your top 5 favorite things to do? Go. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I thought
Emily and Emily.
Yeah,
correct answer.
But when I read that, I thought that that was really cool because it's so true to so many people that are collectors, especially adult collectors. That like there's so many other things that I don't know, it's hard to word, like that are worse to do, and a lot of us are in this community because of life circumstances and stuff like that, and it's just like this is an outlet for us to kind of positively channel any kind of like stuff that we got, you know what I mean? Like like I've seen a lot of people that were like heavy drinkers or heavy drug users or whatever, and then they started getting into this, and they're like, well, I would rather use my money on this.
Yep,
you know?
exactly.
Collecting quite literally saved their lives.
Yeah.
I thought that was a fun story.
Lego saved mine when I was 21, 22. I was working in Vegas and living in Vegas, and I was working for like a twice removed uncle, and I was doing things that were borderline, and I was done with life, and literally started looking through this thing called mock pages, and I found other people my age that were doing Lego things, like just amazing things with Lego, and I was like, oh. And so then I jumped full head on back into it, and I left that life in Vegas to come back to Arizona. So,
right on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
And now
so number 2.
And now we got just Jeff in the community.
Just Jeff.
Just Jeff.
So number 2.
Do you know where that? Right, number 2. Do you know where that name comes from? Just Jeff. You know, like, people would get excited like when somebody enters a room or whatever. And it's like, oh, who is it? Oh, it's just blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, it's just Jeff. You know? So, like, that's where that comes from.
Own it, man. Own it. That's great.
So, number 2, if I can get this goddamn thing to click on because it's older than my wife, is Thunderhawk from Mask.
Oh.
I went through about 6 of these when I was a kid because it was my most played with toy. Matt Tracker, the whole 9 yards, like Boulder Hill, Rhino. I loved all of that stuff when I was a kid. It wasn't Transformers for me, it was Mask. And like the last Thunderhawk I had, it was like missing a lot of pieces. The playability wasn't there anymore. The function didn't function. And so my buddy Aaron Brotherton in Phoenix was at this place called The Attic, which is like this indoor swap meet place. And he saw this for like $10, and
bam.
Most of the time it works, but and then he got it for me, and yeah, ever since then I've kind of rekindled my love of Mask. Like, I'm insanely jealous that Craig found that new old stock from.
I remember that.
That was crazy.
Do you collect Max, Craig?
No. I mean, I had them as a kid. Like, I played with them, but yeah, I don't collect. I don't collect them. They're cool, but
yeah. So I never, like, I don't even remember. It was a cartoon, right? That was its thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't even remember the cartoon. Like, I guess it was just one thing that wasn't on my radar. I was watching other stuff, but and so, like, I never ventured into the toys. But when I was younger, my grandma worked at a thrift mall, so I would get all hand-me-downs and like tons of it, dude.
Yeah.
It's like every toy that went in there was coming to my grandma's, and I was sorting through it and playing with it, whatever. And this was one of the specific ones that was just like burnt into my brain, and I had no idea that it was Mask at the time. But Hurricane is is the only mask figure that I have in my collection, but it's kind of like a cornerstone of my collection because it reminds me of Grandma's basement and like being able to. And dude, the colors are just gnarly.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. It's a great piece.
Great, and
It's an awesome piece. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got love for Mask, but I just don't know. I hardly know anything about it. Was it a long run with that toy line?
It was three.
Was it three waves?
Seasons. Yeah, 3 wave. Well, no.
Yeah. No, 2 waves.
More like 4.5.
4.5.
No, 4.5.
I don't know. The cartoon was very short-lived. Maybe 2-3 seasons tops.
The first wave was the primary vehicles on the show, like Condor and Switchblade and Rhino and Yada. Second wave, we got the playset, which was Boulder Hill, and we started getting some secondary characters as well, like guys that only appeared in one episode. That's where we got the RV with the rocket that launches out.
Is that Boulder Hill playset is massive, right?
It's pretty big.
Is it big?
Yeah.
Like compared to an old Gray Skull.
Oh yeah, it's way bigger.
Yeah.
The layout.
Yeah. Because it's gotta take the vehicles and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It could hold
and like.
Yeah.
It's called Boulder Hill, right?
Yeah.
I gotta look at it.
It could hold one Thunderhawk, a Condor, and a Rhino just fine. So.
And if you know the Rhino, that's a huge piece.
Oh yeah, that's a playset that you never really see, dude.
I know, dude.
You run into that?
I do. Not so much in Texas, but like when I'm in the Midwest, I see it quite a bit because of Kenner, being right there. So
I love it.
There's a Rhino.
This is Rhino.
Yeah, that's a cool piece too.
It's missing one piece, and that's the top of the little side.
Yeah, I love it. What was that? Was that number 2 for you?
That was 2.
That's number 2. Yeah.
So we're down to 1, dude.
To 1, man.
You ready?
Any guesses from you two of what it is?
Don't show us. Let's think about it. Let's do like 20.
What do you know? What do you two know about me that I don't ever shut up about?
So either Ghostbusters, DC, or Lego.
Yeah, those are my 3 too.
Ghostbusters won it. My numero uno thing that I can't live without, that is my favorite thing in my collection. It's newer, and you guys might look at me funny, but the Kennerite versions of the Ghostbusters from the movie. These came out a year before Afterlife did, and these things are fire. Like, I've always wanted the Ghostbusters based on the movie, and when Kenner released the Kennerized, when Hasbro released the Kennerized like cartoon version of them, I immediately went to the store, bought them, found out that there are variations, like Winston and Peter come with whatever ghost, but then the Canadian version came with Slimer and a terror dog.
Oh, okay.
So I immediately went to Amazon and I got 2, so I could get Slimer and a terror dog.
That's awesome.
And these guys are. This is my childhood.
What size is that? For whatever reason, I can't tell.
It's like what, 5?
5 inch.
Yeah.
5 inch.
Yeah.
When did they release them?
That was like 2020.
2020.
Yeah, 2020.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the ones that released with Stay Puft and Slimer, the bigger Slimer? Or those were just the re-releases of the real Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
I don't even remember the one that
you But no, I think they released a bunch of Ghostbusters at the same time. Just, different lines, the Afterlife, the Hasbro, 6-inch, and the re-releases. Now, do you have like the Muncher and the Slimer? The bigger ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what ones you're talking about. I know exactly which ones those are. I completely forgot that those ones came out because they were released at the same time as the re-releases of the real Ghostbuster stuff.
Yeah.
So the one that you're talking about right now came in the like harder clear plastic, and they were mainly Target. I don't remember seeing that
I
one.
saw them at Target quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have the Muncher or the what?
I don't have the bigger version. I don't have the bigger versions of the Ghost. I have the smaller versions, which in my mind works better with the scaling that I have in my setup up here.
Oh, for sure.
And like, I even have the kids that came out in that order, as opposed to the Plasma series, which I missed out on the Eon one, but like, this is a happier memory for me rather than remembering that Harold Rain was gone. So, yeah, that
is awesome. Very cool.
Right on, man.
Cool. Right on.
Well, that was this was a fun chat. I think we definitely do things like this more often.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Jeff, where can people find you at?
They can find me on YouTube as Jeff McWee. That's JEFFMCELWEE. I don't have a fancy channel name. You can also find me on Instagram at JU5D_Jeff and go from there.
Cool.
Pictures of wiener dogs and everything else. That's what my Instagram is, and some amateur action figure photography. So
you're knocking out the YouTube vids lately, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been. I have 2 stacks of figures that I need to review, and I've, with getting all this set up and everything else, I haven't been able to do it. So I've been like trying to put in little things. I even filmed a toy hunt that I'm trying to edit, and I'm like, okay,
there you go.
I can't stand doing that shit. But we'll find out. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's exciting to share with the community, though. We all love it. And right now, you're building out the toy room, so you got a lot on your plate. So focus on that, and you'll feel a lot more. You'll feel like you have a lot more time to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, this has been super fun. Let's do a quick recap. Hit us with your 5 again.
So number 5 was As-Bats.
Yeah.
4 was Green Arrow.
And let's try to show the original packaging as Jeff does the recap.
Yeah.
If we can, that way people can know how to find them in box.
Yep.
Even though I just talked over all the audio for it.
Number 2. And the Kennerized movie Ghostbusters.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Love it.
Well, Jeff, thanks for hopping on, man. We appreciate it. And make sure you're following Just Jeff. I'll have his info down below. I'll have Dave's info down below. And guys, we'll see you in the next chat. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.